You wake up, check your bank balance, and nothing is wrong. Bills are paid, there's food in the kitchen, maybe even a little money sitting untouched, and still something feels off. Not panic, not crisis, just this quiet thought. Why does it feel like I'm not getting anywhere? Because when you look around, it feels like everyone else is moving faster. Someone your age just bought a house. Someone else is traveling every few months. Another person is talking about investments, side income, early retirement. And you're sitting there thinking, I'm doing everything right, so why doesn't it feel like I'm winning? Here's the part most people never realize. You're not measuring your life against reality. You're measuring it against visibility. And visibility is biased. You don't see the average life. You see the most optimized version of it. The highlights, the milestones, the moments worth posting. So your normal starts to feel like failure, even when it's actually stability. And stability is rare, much rarer than it looks. There are quiet signs, subtle ones that show you're actually doing better than most people. They just don't look impressive. And if you don't recognize them, you'll keep chasing a problem that doesn't exist. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 signs that quietly separate people who are stable from people who just look like they are. And quick thing, if you've ever questioned where you stand financially, take a second to like the video and subscribe. It helps more than you think, and it tells me to keep making videos like this. All right, let's start with the first one. Sign 1. Your life doesn't break when something small goes wrong. Your phone suddenly stops working, screen goes black. Repair cost? $250. For some people, that's a full disruption. They delay it, stress about it, maybe even put it on credit. For you, it's annoying, but manageable. You fix it, move on. That difference seems small. It's not, because most financial stress isn't about income, it's about fragility. If small problems don't shake your life, you've already built something most people haven't. Margin. That small gap between what you earn and what you spend. That's where calm lives. And once you have that, something else starts to change. Sign 2. You pause before you spend. You're scrolling, you see something you like, a new phone, clothes, something random. Earlier, you would have just bought it. Now, there's a pause. Do I actually want this, or is this just habit? Most people never pause, they react, and then adjust their life around those reactions. But once you start questioning your spending, you step outside that loop. You stop being controlled by your impulses, and that shift changes how things feel around you. Sign 3. Things don't impress you the same way anymore. You see someone buying something expensive. Earlier it pulled you in. Now it doesn't hit the same. Not because you don't care, but because you see the full picture. More spending means more pressure. More lifestyle often means less flexibility. At first, it feels like you're losing ambition, but you're not. You're gaining clarity. And that clarity starts shifting your focus away from things towards something more valuable. Sign 4. You've started valuing time differently. It's a random weekday, you're doing something, and suddenly you realize, this didn't need my time. That awareness hits. You start noticing wasted hours, draining conversations, unnecessary commitments, and slowly your decisions begin to change. You say no a little more. You protect your time a little better. Most people optimize money, but ignore the thing they're actually spending their life with, time. If you're thinking about that now, you're ahead of where most people ever get. Sign 5. You don't panic when things go wrong. Something unexpected happens, a sudden expense, a delay in income. You feel it, but you don't spiral. You don't lose control. That emotional stability matters more than any number in your account. Because money isn't just math, it's behavior. And behavior only stays consistent when your emotions don't collapse under pressure. That stability allows something deeper to form. Sign 6. You've started thinking long-term. You catch yourself asking questions like, is this sustainable? What will this look like in 5 years? Most people don't think like that. They focus on the next bill, the next month, the next problem. But long-term thinking changes your decisions. It slows you down in the right way and helps you avoid mistakes most people only understand later. Sign 7. You care less about impressing people. You see it clearly now, how expensive it is to look successful, how people stretch their lives just to maintain an image. And slowly you step away from that game. Not completely, but enough to stop making decisions for others. Because once that pressure fades, everything becomes lighter. And here's what all of this means. None of these signs look impressive. No one claps for them. No one notices them. But they all point to one thing. You're building stability. And stability doesn't feel like winning. It feels normal, quiet, unnoticed, easy to overlook.
That's why most people miss it. They think progress should feel dramatic, but real progress, it feels boring. It looks like small decisions repeated over time, spending a little less, thinking a little deeper, choosing a little better. And those small decisions are doing something in the background. They're creating space, and space is what eventually gives you control. Control over your time, your choices, your direction. You don't need to be perfect to get there. You don't need to be ahead of everyone else. You just need to keep that space growing slowly, consistently. So if your life doesn't look extraordinary yet, that's okay. Most stable lives don't. If it feels slow, that's normal, because sometimes doing better than average doesn't feel like winning. It feels ordinary. But that ordinary is exactly what most people never build, and that's why it works.